trading. So it's called small step each time, which is histogram 9, histogram 10. Huh? Okay, so histogram 9 is 风天小旭. 小旭 means small bit by small bit, you start to accumulate. Just like this cloud in the sky, even the cloud, it will accumulate bit by bit of the water vapor before it become a very big dark cloud. And then cloud itself also make micro movement, right? So here it says that 亨密于不雨，自我西郊. Basically, 亨 means progress. Dense cloud, but no rain. Can you see here? Dense cloud, but no rain. 风天小旭. If you see dense cloud, dark cloud, but rain still have not come, means it's coming already. Okay, because the cloud is already gathering the water vapor. That's why it's being dark now. This is called 小旭卦. Now you can see here 风天小旭, all are yang line except one, number 4th line is a yin line. Okay, so yin is at the right place, basically means yin is at the 4th line. So 4th is yin. So yin position, there's a yin yao there. So it's called yin is at the right place. Okay, 自我西郊 basically means no rain. No rain. Okay, no rain, still no rain. 密云不雨 means dense cloud, but somehow still no rain. Loosely translated lah. Okay, so here, even though it's dense cloud, you see that it's coming, but still not coming. Like now, like that, it's so hot. We want rain to come, but yet you see that cloud, no rain, no things like that. Xu Guai is saying you should remain steadfast, persistent like the cloud like that, keep on moving forward purposefully. So in life, if let's say you have a life purpose, you are working towards a life purpose, but no matter how hard you work for it, it seems that your progress is very little, negligible. You don't see success coming anytime soon. That is 风天小旭, like dense cloud, but you don't see the rain. Like you move forward, but you don't see your success. If you're at this situation, 风天小旭 is advising you remain steadfast, be persistent, continue to move forward purposefully, because your cloud is still gathering the water vapor. It is not say as though it's not gathering. It is gathering, but it's just that it's not time to rain. All right, keep moving forward even though rain is not coming. It's called 风天小旭. So basically, in short, means don't rush. Just continue to take small step each time, not stem, a small step each time. And with that, it brings on a very powerful concept of the compounding effect of small steps. In every other courses that I teach, I always say the 1 degree shift. It comes from here. In life, if you want to be successful, you don't have to go for a big change. All you need is just a 1 degree shift from whatever you're doing in the right direction. All you need is to do that. Okay, so for example, if let's say I draw a chart, okay, I draw a chart. This is time. This is success. You are now here. Okay, you're now here. Now, if you just continue doing what you're doing over time, 1 year later, you are still here. Your success level is still the same. But today, starting today, if you decide to say, okay, let me do a 1 degree shift. Now imagine you allow this 1 degree shift to proliferate over 1 year. Over 1 year. Okay, can you see your improvement? This is called 小序卦. And in short, it's called the compounding effect of small steps. 不要小看 this 1 degree shift. So 小序 means small accumulation. Now, what is it that we want to accumulate? Can you list out something that you think we should accumulate in life? Lin is saying sorry is the earlier 序 in the Chinese phrase, means adapt 小序 means accumulate. 储蓄 where is the this 序 this 序 is 储蓄储蓄户口 saving account, but this saving account is 小序what is 建额序 where 建额训 is that what you mean? 建额训 建 means lasting, persistent. 训 means 训卦 训卦 is like wind, keep moving, like the cloud, keep moving. Okay, keep moving. Now you get that? 建而训 means what? Means lasting, persistent, and keep moving. Don't stop. That's because you don't see the rain. You say, I'm getting nowhere, so I better cut short. It's not the right way. According to Xiao Xu, it's not the right way. Keep on moving even though you don't see the rain. Right? So compounding effect of one small step. Now, Xiao Xu is small accumulation. What is it that we need to accumulate? These are few things. You need to accumulate money. So you have to somehow every month, accumulate savings. Accumulate savings. No matter how small it is, accumulate. Okay. You need to accumulate experience. You need to accumulate knowledge. You need to accumulate skills, or maybe some systems in life, or stockpile. For example, government nationwide, they need to stockpile mask, they need to stockpile rice, they need to stockpile a lot of things. This is called 小序. Okay, so in short, every small step taken in the right direction can become your life's biggest step. That is how powerful 1 degree shift can be. Okay, so you see, if over the years since independence, if Singapore have not lock up the reserve and take extra care not to anyhow spend the reserve, in 2020, when we were hit with COVID-19, we will be in a very bad shape. And it's because of the 小序 since day one of independence. We save every year, we save a bit, save a bit, save a bit, save a bit. Ultimately, when we hit COVID-19 2020, that 小序 comes in very handy. Okay, so your experience that you accumulated, your stockpile you accumulated, your money that accumulated, especially for emergency fund, when you need it, it's there. Okay, it's better than when you need it, it's not there. All right. Okay, so then again, when you look at this qua, you see the all are yang line except for the fourth line, which is yin line. So this yin line actually is of special concern because it's the contrasting effect. Contrasting effect means, okay, if you look at this, yang means everybody wants, want this, I want that, I want this. So a lot of needs and wants, but your resources, there's only one resources here to meet so many needs and so many wants. So it's limited resources. Okay, limited resources. And you have to ask yourself that hexagram 5-2 question, 能要不能要，该要不该要，能花不能花，该花不能花。Okay, so that 2 questions, so that you maximize the use of the resources. That's like COVID. Regarding the reserve, 能花不能花，能，该花不该花，该. That's why they unlock the reserve. You get my point, right? So also knowing when is enough is very important. Knowing when is enough. So the trapdoor for 丰田小旭 is becoming greedy. 缘恨力争嘛，缘恨力争you start to accumulate, then you say, I want to save more, I want to save more, I want to save more. In the end, become greedy. Okay. Now the thing about 小旭, that based on experience, whatever you accumulate can become obsolete. Just remember this because Yi Jing say it can become obsolete. For example, your experience. Last time, in poly, I was taught word star, what do you call that? Word star and what do you call that? Those software. Lotus 1, 2, 3. Oh, alamak. Today, where were they? Obsolete. right? So we need to stay updated also. So even money that you keep in a tin can under your bed, it can become no value at all, because of time value. So things like this, whatever you accumulate, remember they can become obsolete or the value will become lower. Also, we need to stay updated. So 小续, although you accumulate, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't spend, become like frugal like that. No, it's not. Eating never say that you should be frugal. But between saving and spending, just ask yourself these two questions. No? Oh, remember this, 当用不省，当省不用. That's like our Singapore government in 2020, when they need to unlock the reserve, they unlock. Oh, 当用不省. They will just spend. And not only, they draw down once, I think they draw down twice, if I'm not wrong. Okay. So the essence of 小旭卦, success is a collection of small steps. 以小养大. Okay. Now, let me ask you this question. Who is more stingy in your opinion? The poor or the wealthy? That's a general statement. What do you think? Who is more stingy, the poor or the wealthy? The wealthy. Alan said the wealthy, more stingy than the poor. I thought the poor got no money, that's why I need to be more stingy with the money. Didn't say wealthy, that's why we can accumulate wealth. Wow. So it's very ironic, a paradox. Okay. 反而是 wealthy, got money one become more stingy. Why? Let me explain through the lens of eating. Why wealthy actually can be more stingy than the poor? That is where, we will transit from 小旭, transit into 天泽履, hexagram 10. When you turn this upside down, right, you'll get this one. Okay. Now look at this. Look at this. Hexagram 9. 乾卦 is below. 巽卦 is on top. Okay, 巽卦 is on top. Right? So below can also means your inner world. Right? Inner world. And above one can means the outer world, the outside world, or your life experiences. So for when you are not that wealthy, in fact, inside you, your inner world is more task, it's more stable, it's more task, and you know what you want. Okay. But on the outside, because you are not that wealthy, you are not that stable. That's why it's denoted by 巽卦. Okay. Denoted by 巽卦. And because of that, therefore, you have to start with small accumulation. You don't earn much. Okay, so whatever that you spend and whatever is remaining behind, you save a little bit by bit, month after month, year after year. 小序. And this is what it means by inner grid or 乾卦 inner grid. And then 巽卦 can also mean adaptable. Adaptable, like wind like that, adaptable. Can turn here, turn there, blend with the forces. Now, as you accumulate your wealth, your material worth is getting more and more. Suddenly, you notice that the inline here start to drop down. Okay, drop down to become here. Okay, drop down to become here. Suddenly, your inner grid, from 乾卦, very solid one, become broken. And you feel a little bit of insecure. Why? Because you start to have more money already. When you start to have more money, you start to wonder, oh, now people know I got more money. Then they want to borrow money and then they don't want to return. And then because of this, or maybe there will be thieves coming in to steal my things, so many thoughts, negative thoughts. And therefore, because of that, I better protect myself. And to protect myself, the best way is to, on the outside world, okay, instead of being adaptable, I need to build a fortress, a 乾卦called fortress. So that's why they become more stingy as a result. The more wealthy you are, as you develop over time, you become more stingy. Can you see the transition from 9 to 10? And because of this transition, the wealthier people start to tread on thin ice. Everything also be careful. Everything also think twice. Are you going to scam me with your offer, with your lobang, with your this, this, with your that? Become trading lah. So this is called 天泽旅, from nothing to lose to everything to lose. That is the transition. And in fact, you are correct, because there are some research being done that points to this statement to say that wealth can make us selfish and stingy. And this explained by two psychologists. So now I'm using I Ching to explain to you about this statement, why wealth can make us selfish and stingy. So I hope you can understand that part. So sometimes when you see wealthy people, stingy wealthy people, sometimes it's not by choice. They are molded by the environment and the way of thinking, and therefore leads him to become selfish and stingy. Okay, now at 天泽旅, okay, at 天泽旅, 天泽旅 basically means when you think you have grown enough, you start to put on your armor suit and you start to walk like walking behind tiger's tail, or like walking on thin ice. Everything is also so careful. Okay, now the thing is, when you think you have accumulated enough, that's where I Ching is trying to remind us, when you're at this stage, there are trapdoors. Remember Yuan Hen Li Zhen, when it comes to the Li, that's where the trapdoor is. When you have accumulated enough, you start to feel you have material worth already. That's where the trapdoor is. Okay, what are the trapdoors? Here. Okay, let me explain with these slides. Number one, because you have more money now, you may become more aloof, hao lian. Or you may have tend to have attitude problem already. Attitude problem. Okay, and then you tend to feel privilege. You demand privileged treatment. You go to a restaurant, the waitress ignore you, or didn't greet you. You suddenly get what I call that, offended. So it become very privileged like that. And there are many more. Okay, all these are your personal trapdoors. Okay, personal trapdoors. Now, trapdoors from others is when your friend, your relatives start to say that you're doing better and better, day by day, month by month, year by year. Wow, last time is driving a Kia, now is driving Mercedes. Okay, wow. Let me think of a way to write on your good progress. There are people like that. That's why wealthy people, they tend to 如履薄冰 like that, walk on thin ice to 提防这个，提防那个。Okay, to avoid riders lah. And then could be another group of people to say that, wow, I don't like that you are doing well and I'm not that doing well. No, I may want to sabotage you. 做小人 sabotage you. So these are the trapdoors. That's why a lot of wealthy people that I know, they stay in HDB, they take buses, all right? They don't wear Rolex, they wear normal Casio digital watch, but they were very rich. If they don't tell you they are rich, you won't, from far you won't know they are rich. This one is 千 to the max, 牵挂 to the max. Okay, 牵挂 to the max, which we'll talk about the 千 in AOM2. Okay, question so far? Now, if you are able to accumulate, right? And then when you can progress well with this trading histogram 10, and then that is where you start to see success. You start to taste success, right? Now, at this stage, this is 10. At this stage, if you can pass this stage, you start to taste success already. So, but then this histogram is a gentle reminder from universe to adhere to the universal principle before success finally comes along. 履行天道. So, 这个履 is also a reminder to say 履行天道. Do what you should do. Do not get derailed. Okay, I mentioned that Li Hu Wei, like walking behind tiger's tail. I won't think I will go deep into this. I've explained that in last week lesson also. So when you're at this stage, histogram 10, always move like walking behind tiger's tail. If you don't get bitten, then good progress. Good progress means success is coming already. Let's apply this to the COVID, shall we? COVID started, and then we face the uphill challenge to learn more about COVID. And then we start to gain experience bit by bit, what can, what cannot do, 1 meter distancing is it enough, or 2 meter distancing is it enough? So we accumulate in small ways experiences, and then right size the rules and regulation, and then at the same time, when things get better, we open up slowly, surely, but not in big ways. Okay, and then if we can tread this carefully, like today now, we have overcome the challenges, and now we are back to new normal, as good as new normal already. Yeah, and that is where we taste success of our effort in dealing with COVID-19. And this is hexagram 11, unshakable, 地天态. Now, how to stay unshakable? Just now, before I start this lesson, I say that today's lesson is to learn how to stay successful after becoming successful. So for this matter here, COVID, how to stay COVID free after becoming COVID free. Okay. Lin say, sorry, how do we pronounce the third word of hexagram? Third word of hexagram. Where's the third word of hexagram? Third word of hexagram. 天泽铝 L U with 2 dot. Okay. 绿色青色绿色 but you change the tone become 铝如履薄冰的履履行诺言的履 Okay, so with that, we move on to the last pair for this AOM1, which is hexagram 11, hexagram 12,